3.
Hello, my name's Kendra SOT, and I'm going to be doing category 1 steps. Alright, so first thing, I'm going to do the prone leg length analysis. I'm going to have my patient resist against my hands. And go ahead and relax, and bring them together. And look at the medial malleoli. I would have them take off their socks, but I'm not going to here. And look which one is superior. And the right one is superior, so that means he has a short leg on the right. Then I'm going to do the trap fiber analysis. There's 7 spots here. First spot's going to start at the acromion, the AC joint, the little V, and it goes all the way until 3/4 of an inch lateral of the T1 spinous process. And I'm going to put pressure on all 7 spots. And 2 through 6 are evenly spaced out between spots 1 and 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it goes in a curve. And I'm going to do that on both sides. Ask the patient which one or which spot out of the 7 are most tender. And I would do the other side, see which one's most tender, and then compare both sides which one's the most tender, and say they said zone 4 was the most tender. So I would go to C4 spinous process, fill that, and I would go to T6 spinous process and L2 and compare which spinous process was most tender on those 3. And I would adjust in the thoracics or lumbar with a knife edge going I to S, or in the cervical I would adjust with the figure 8. Now, I'm going to do heel tension, and I'm going to feel for tension, and usually heel tension is on the short leg side, and I feel heel tension on his right, and usually if you pinch the Achilles, the heel tension side will be thicker. And if heel tension was on the long leg side, I would grab his ankle and I would dorsi and plantar flex until the heel tension went away on that side. And then I would do atlas dural subluxation. So I'm going to be at the feet and I'm going to feel for a bump up each time they turn their head. So if you turn your head to the right, you feel a bump up on the right, which I do. And turn your head to the left or go back to neutral, and then turn it left. Okay, and I felt the bump up. Okay, say I didn't feel a bump up on the right, then that would mean that there's an atlas dural subluxation on the right. And the first thing I would do to fix this, I would go to the long leg side, and I would put traction on the heel here and have them hold on to the top of the table, which you can't really do that here. And then I would do that for 5 seconds, and then I would go to the short leg side, put tension here as they rotate their head full range of motion once. Okay, and then I'd go to both feet and I would dorsiflex both of these, turn your head to the right as they turn to the dural subluxation side. And I would do this for 10 seconds on, 10 seconds off 3 times. Okay, now I'm going to do the crest and dollar sign. And I'm going to do the contractile sign, which is grab the fingers, the 4 fingers here, and medially, traction medially. And I'm going to be looking for the side that has more musculature is more toned, it's wider, and that would be the major side. So his right is the major side there. And then I'm going to do the dollar sign, or that's the crest sign. Now I'm going to do the dollar sign. And I'm going to feel for marshmallow, springiness, whatever. And the right side seems to be more springy. And from both of those, I would say the crest sign is the major sign. Oh, and the crest sign is the myogenic sign, and the dollar sign is the neurologic or neurogenic sign. And I'm going to do the adjustments, and there's 3 rules. Can't do the adjustments yet because I have to block. So I'm going to do the blocking. Okay. So here's our blocks. On the short leg, I'm going to put the block under the greater trochanter facing superiorly. Yep. Okay. That's what I got. Okay, and on the long leg side, I'm going to put it on the ASIS facing. Come here. Facing inferiorly. Okay. And my max blocking would be 10 minutes, and I'm going to watch for the short leg to become even, and if the short leg goes shorter, then I would stop immediately. And I'm going to be observing for the crest sign to get better, so I would check that after 10 minutes of blocking, and then I would do the adjustments. So for the crest sign, I'm going to, there's 3 rules. We're going to adjust the major sign side first, and then never pull a block to adjust, and never adjust over a block. So the major side was on the right. So I'm going to do the crest roll on that side. So I would come here and just roll into the erector spinae muscles. And that should be going in clockwise fashion. And then I'm going to do this tube toggle. Find that. And toggle off this tube. And if the dollar sign, if I would adjust the dollar sign, then I would do a PSIS toggle. Where I would do a glute scoop over here. So I would do that. And then do PSIS toggle, I guess, over here. And I would go in towards the spine, so that'd be counterclockwise work. So now I'm going to do the sacral base. I'm going to put my thumb on the L5 spinous process. I'm going to have the patient cough. Turn your head neutral. Cough forcefully, please. And if my hand goes superiorly, then that's a sacral base positive. If it goes towards the head, then that's negative. If it does a combination of both, then that's a neutral. And let's say if it was a positive, then I'm going to put my hands on the apex of the sacrum, and as they inhale, I'm going to push down. So inhale, and then as they exhale, I'm going to come off and do that again. And then if it was a negative, which is sacral base, I would put my knife edge on the base, and as they exhale, I would push down. And as they inhale, I would let go. And if it was neutral, I'm going to put my hands on both the apex and the base. And on inhalation, I would press the apex, and on exhalation, I would press the base. And as I'm doing this, I'm going to be looking for vasomotor response in the thoracics. So I would lift up the shirt and look for blanching redness up on the thoracics. And so I would find the spinous process that was most tender, and I would put pressure on there until I saw dampness in the cervical spine, according to the trapped fiber analysis chart. And then after I see dampness, then I would adjust that thoracic with a knife edge, going I to S and slide P to A. Okay,